Hey there boys and girls, like Snowflake here, and welcome back to another episode of Howto Recon, the series where I'm updating and revamping my old tutorials for the Recon kit. So today we have episode 14 and I'm going to talk a little bit about the keybindings. Right here I also want to apologize for the console players because this will be PC only, and I'm sorry for that. I don't know how you can change the controls on the console in order to make it like more beneficial or something. Something else I want to discuss really quick before we start the commentary is what would you like to see for the next or for another Howto Recon episode, because right now we're at episode 14, there will be one more about the crossbow, and I think after that we already pretty much covered everything again. And yeah, if you have any ideas or suggestions of what you would like to see me or like check or maybe do in the Howto Recon episode, please let me know in the comment section down below. But now let's get started with the actual commentary. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the keybindings and how I've set up mine in Battlefield 3. So let's start out with the right mouse button. I use hold to aim. For me it just feels more natural and my aim seems to be better. I can play with toggle, but I think this is pretty much a personal preference. However, you can try it out for yourself what you would like better. And then normally as default you're scrolling down through your primary, secondary, the first gadget, second gadget, the knife and the grenade, I believe, if you're using the mouse wheel. I've set mine to scrolling up for the secondary and scrolling down for the primary. So I'm using a Razor Death Adder, so I have two extra buttons on the sides. One I'm using for the first gadget and the other one for the second gadget. So that's just for like tricky situations. If I need to switch to my secondary really quick, I can just like scroll there really quick without like paying attention if I scroll too far and maybe get my knife or my grenade, and just something I do not want to have. Again, my grenade is also not on scrolling anymore, it's on the mouse wheel. So if I press down the mouse wheel, I'm throwing a nade. I don't know if that's so by default, it might be, and I think it's definitely how you should do it, because you want to actually have your AWSD keys, like your movement keys, be accessible at all times. And pressing G for a grenade is not good. It's a meh, no, because you want to be able to move at all times, and pressing G will just keep you from moving at all times. And then for F is actually the only default key I still have for knifing, because if I'm going to knife someone, I will be behind him, so he won't notice me, and like that I don't actually need that much movement. It won't be a tricky situation. I can still move, switch to my secondary if it fails. So I still have my knifing on the F button. For spotting, I have it personally on Q, but I think about switching it to Alt, not A. I've actually heard it, I think, from Frankie. And if you're pressing Q to spot, which you always should do as a recon player, you have to put your finger off the A key, so it will restrict your movement again, which is more likely to get you killed. So putting that on Alt would be more beneficial as well. However, if you do not have a mouse with extra buttons but a keyboard with extra buttons, for example I got the G510, you could also use the extra buttons on the right side, the G keys for the G15 and G18 keys, for example, on my keyboard, in order to switch to your first and second gadget, or maybe your knife or your grenade, just whatever you want to access them to, because like this you can just use your pinky instead for shift for sprinting to go to the actual gadget keys if you assign them to them. Again, I've put my crouching to C and my prone to CTRL. It's just more natural for me. That's how I've always have like set it up in first-person shooters. I also think they are more accessible than, for example, X and Y. And before we finish the commentary, I want to touch on the trick to toggle your laser sight to the right mouse button so that the laser sight will actually turn itself off if you're scoping in. Personally, it doesn't work for me because I'm holding it and it just messes up a lot, so I would not suggest doing it. However, if you're toggling, this might actually work for you, so you might give it a try if you really want to, but I don't think that it's like a real advantage. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all for now, so I hope you enjoyed the video and like to still figure out.